So before I start my spiel about how the first 5 months of pregnancy have gone, I'm going to go through what we've got for the baby so far. I've literally just bought one thing. We don't know what the gender is, so that makes it a little bit more, not challenging, but limiting, I guess. One of the doggies is coming. Oh, my best mate, Ollie. Come on then. You're going to be on the show. Yes. So this is currently the baby's drawer that we fill with anything baby-wise. Most of the stuff that we've got is all been gifted to us. And this, we don't know whether this room is going to be the baby's room or not. We're really undecided. Like, we were dead set on this being the baby's room. The cot was going to go over there. And then we have a bed if we need to just, like, sleep. But I've been listening to loads of audio books about babies and sleep, and from what I understand, I think probably personally for us, we're going to co-sleep, so we won't need the cot for at least a year, at least, and then we'll just reassess in a year. Like, I just think it's so early to get the cot sorted, especially just since we're going to co-sleep, and I would like to breastfeed, so and even if I don't breastfeed, I'd still co-sleep. So yeah, we're just going to see how it goes. But this is the drawer. As far as apologies for the dirt on the floor, the dog's got it muddy today. Actually, that's a lie. We've actually already bought these. So we got given a John Lewis gift card and we needed to use it. So we've bought some sleeping, I can't remember what these are called, sleeping bags for the baby. We plan to swaddle as much as possible, but also I know that these can be useful if you can't be bothered to do the whole swaddle process, and I'm not a very patient person. So we've got one of those and one of these, which they're so cute, and obviously very gender neutral. So there are 2 sleeping bags. We've also got, this is the first thing that I ever bought, because I saw it in a charity shop and I think it was like £2 and it was so cute and little. And I think this is something the baby's going to wear, like week 1. I've just noticed Biggie on one of like the first days got mud on it, and there's mud on the collar, but that's okay. I'm sure they'll be sick and poo on this at one point. So yeah, welcome to the welcome little one is what it says, and it's a Jojo Mama and Bebe brand. This was a gift, some little leprechaun socks from my friend who lives in Ireland. Very, very cute. Very cute. I'm going to put that there actually. Next up, we've got this. This is a Christmas gift, so just to like do a little print. So these are really non-necessities, but like really lovely things to have for next Christmas, because the baby will be about 6 months next December. So that will be so lovely to have a little decoration. And then my parents got us these lovely little tops. Cute, and I really love the colours, like because we just don't know if it's a boy or a girl, I'd happily put this on a girl and a boy. So yeah, let's put those there, and then there's one more. Cute, nice little set of colours, and this gorgeous little blanket from my brother and his girlfriend. I love blankets, I think they're so cute. We do actually have 2 of these. Can you get off that, please? Thank you. Off, not for dogs. Sit down. Good boy. Some comforters. So we've got a little lamb, and we've got another one somewhere. I'll have to find it. Go back. Don't stand in the clothes. Jelly cat, obviously. Somebody gifted this. I think it's Sam's mum got us a jelly cat. Very cute little puppy. We're such dog lovers. Not for you. No. And then we got this gorgeous gift. Stay there. From our friends, which is a giraffe, which is so cute. Some gorgeous Peter Rabbit socks, and a gorgeous onesie with a zip, which is great because I know sometimes like poppers can be a nightmare. I grew up with a really big family, so I remember having to get them dressed and change nappies and do all of that, and it wasn't always easy. So that's that. And then finally, we've got 3 more things. Can you get off that, please? That's not yours. We have got this, which is given to us, which is the baby's niece and nephew's little towel robe. Get off the baby stuff. Towel robe. We've got 60 wipes. I saw these and I just thought I'm going to get them now while I can remember. Just when the baby's ready. And then finally, this is something I'm really excited about because I saw my friends using it like a year ago, and I just thought, what an amazing invention, because I remember when my parents had to just stand and wait for the bottle to be ready, temperature wise, and go back. That's not yours. We're going to put that away now. Had to wait and have to keep testing it and keep trying it, and it was just a nightmare. Like, I can't be bothered to deal with that faff, but this is a rapid home or on the go rapid cool. I have opened it, so let's have a little look. I also really like the colour. Let's open. Oh, just the lids. I actually can't be bothered, so no, I've got to do this. It's YouTube. I'll show you what it looks like. But yeah, I was inspired because my friends got them. Can you get off this, please? Sit down, please. Sit. Good boy. So it looks like this. Still in the wrapping. You've got this I think, and the lid goes here. So I think it like takes 30 seconds or something to, I need to learn how to use it, but it takes like 30 seconds to cool down to the right temperature. I'll read it out. So there's a digital lid and a standard lid, so I'm guessing this is the standard lid. And a milk, this is the milk powder dispenser. To make it perfectly portable, this kit includes an insulated flask to keep the water hot and a spare rapid cool to make up another feat. It also includes formula milk dispenser, so you have everything you need when you are out and about. So yeah, I'm really excited to use it. I love tech that makes things easier. That is everything we have got so far for the baby. I've just realised I did bring a microphone up, but I don't know where it's gone. So I'll get better at this. So that's pretty much it. We've got at 5 months so far, and I'm sure we'll start to get things more together in the next 3 months. What's that on your head? Come on. Okay. This isn't a toy. This is a microphone. Yeah. Sit down. Good boy. Good boy. Hello. So today I'm going to be talking about my first 5 months of pregnancy. I can't believe I'm saying that, and sometimes I'm still like, do I even have a baby inside of me? The reason I'm wearing a hat is because our radiator is not working, and it's like -5 degrees today, and I'm freezing, which is why I've got a blanket on me and the dog keeping me warm and all wrapped up. I've also got a laptop next to me, so if I do refer over to it, it's just because I'm looking at my notes, because 5 months is a long time to talk about, and I don't want to miss anything. I think it's really important to make sure that I kind of cover everything necessary, not just for you guys to understand about pregnancy and what it's like in the first 5 months, but for me to look back at this and remember what it's like. Also, I have a really bad cold, so I'm really sorry about how bunged up I sound. and I'm going to try and edit out as much coughing and sniffling as possible, but that's not always possible. So I found out that I was pregnant about a month into the pregnancy. I went on holiday to Tenerife with some friends and I was drinking, and whilst I was on holiday, my skin and what else? So my skin was really sweaty and rashy, and I kept getting heat rash, and my sleep was terrible, and I felt so bloated. I ended up going to the pharmacy to get some bloating tablets because I just thought I was eating different food and drinking more, and it was causing me to be so uncomfortable that I couldn't move. Anyway, I ended up coming back and doing a pregnancy test as soon as I woke up the next morning and found out I was pregnant. And it was amazing. It was a really nice way to find out. It was a massive surprise, especially because I've been drinking. I didn't think I was pregnant, and kept it a surprise kept it a secret from everybody we knew for a very long time. Obviously, I told Sam as soon as I found out, and we told our parents when we were a bit further along, and then other family members about 12 to 14 weeks, and then after 14 weeks we started to tell friends and work and all of that. So that's how it started. It's on a really, I would say that period, the first kind of 3 months are extremely emotional. I really struggled with my mental health when I found out. I was so confused, so conflicted. I was in a completely different headspace, just not mentally prepared to be a mum. And I kind of went into catastrophizing the experience and what happened. I didn't enjoy the first 3 months at all. I found it physically challenging, but also I think the majority of it was all mentally, because I run my own business. I have really ambitious career ideas and things I want to do and dreams, and I kind of had to turn around and slow down and say, you have to stop. One, because I physically couldn't do things on certain days. I was so exhausted and nauseous, and people say there is tiredness and exhaustion, and then there is pregnancy tiredness and exhaustion. That is just completely out of this world, and I can't even describe it because I can't remember exactly how it felt. For example, now, today in the second trimester, it's just not the same. But the first trimester, I was on the sofa. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't help Sam with chores. I couldn't, and he got really upset. Our relationship was very much affected by our first trimester. I'm really sorry about this snoring. I'm hoping he can just stop snoring. Stop snoring. Try and sleep quietly. Sleep quietly. It's got louder. He got really upset. Was not coping with my behaviour very well, and trying to tell your husband you have no energy just doesn't work. It doesn't make sense to him. He doesn't understand it. He will never understand it because he can't physically experience what you're going through. And that put a massive strain on our relationship at the beginning. And on top of that, you're hormonal, your head is full of anxiety about what your future looks like, what your career looks like, what your daily life looks like. I have always been somebody who works really hard. I put too much pressure on myself, and that's not a good thing at all. And I'm very aware of that, and it's something I've been working on for the last 2 to 3 years. But you have to basically talk to yourself and go through a process of accepting. There's there is things you can do about it, but we wanted a baby, so we're not going to not have a baby. But there's nothing you can do about it. And for me, I'm such a big believer that when you're a mum and you've decided to have children, or you've accepted that maybe you haven't decided to have children and you have a child, that your responsibility now becomes being a parent, and that's your number one responsibility. And your number one priority is now your child. And that acceptance and like knowing that for me in the first trimester was extremely hard because I'm such a selfish person. I really like my life. I like being able to go to the gym whenever I like. I like to go on holiday, and if I don't want to do anything, I don't want to do anything. I'm not going to do it. But, and I know these sound like superficial things, but that is just a part of your life, and accepting that you can no longer have that mindset is really challenging. So, aside from the mental strain that I experienced through the first trimester, the physical element of fatigue was tough. The nausea was tough. I experienced it all day, randomly. Some days I would be fine. Some days I'd have it really badly. I was throwing up. A lot of people don't throw up, but I did. And it affected my day sometimes. Like, for example, one of the worst experiences I had was it was my birthday, and we went to Shrewsbury for the weekend, well, like for 4 or 5 days. And on the way back, which is a 4-hour journey, I was sat there with a bucket throwing up absolutely everything. It was like the worst throw up I had ever experienced in my life. And it felt like it went on for half an hour. So days like that weren't great. I also have had to learn to relax and not do much. And I think that's kind of where this channel's come from, because I found myself bored during pregnancy because I had no energy to do mentally challenging tasks. But for example, like sitting here and talking to a camera, I can do, or mentally planning content creation. And my job before did require content creation, so it's not something that's completely new to me. And it's something that I enjoy. Like, I really enjoy sitting here and filming and talking about my experience. I guess the thing that's scary about this is, will I make this successful enough to make it a career or have some sort of financial gain from it instead of having a full-time job? Because for me, part of this first and second trimester, mainly the first trimester though, is the fact that my career is now at risk. And that's super scary for me because it's all I've known since I was pretty much at school is, what are you going to do? What job are you going to have? I've been running my own business for about 7 years. You know, like, it's all I've known. And I think that's what's terrifying. So I want to go more into the physical elements of things that just were completely not things I expected to experience as a pregnant lady. Number one, I wrote a list earlier, now it's completely gone out of my head. So number one, the biggest thing that I just didn't expect was, as soon as you're pregnant, you expect to have a belly. And it just doesn't happen that way. You're like, your baby's so small for so long, you're not going to see that you have a belly. You just get a bit chunkier. And that's your body responding to the fact that you're pregnant. So you might get thicker, you might get more bloated. Bloating was a big thing at the beginning. You might find that you're more hungry. I personally found I was just craving things I never craved before, like salty crisps, especially hula hoops, like fruit, really sweet fruit, really strong tastes. Other things I didn't really expect were the time it takes to recover from illness. This cold has lasted 4 weeks already. There's nothing I can do about it. Like, it's still as bad as it was at the beginning.
I'm going to go more into kind of things that I didn't expect later on when I remember them. I have been really lucky with the fact that I haven't experienced severe hormonal mood swings. My husband, Sam, actually mentioned this yesterday. He said, like, you haven't been a terror, really. And I'm, one, really glad because I don't want to be like that. And two, it's really important for our relationship because I don't think Sam could cope. But I know a lot of people are. I've had a lot of anxiety. And I think that has been the biggest thing that I've got out of this is the level of anxiety you experience in the first trimester. I'm in the middle of the second trimester now, though, and it does feel a lot easier. I guess the biggest things that affect me are sleep in the second trimester, and that's pretty much it. Just sleep, because my belly's bigger now, so I don't feel comfortable lying on my tummy. I like to starfish. Exercise has been really hard the bigger I get because of the pressure on my lower stomach. And luckily the morning sickness has reduced, but it has not gone away. So whenever people tell you, oh, it should be over by the second trimester, that is a lie. It's not. It's not over by the second trimester. There are so many people that are sick throughout pregnancy, and I think that's so important to be made aware of, is you might be feeling nauseous for 9 months. Mentally prepare for that. Like, I think, like, mentally prepare for the worst. And then if you're okay, you're okay. I want to quickly talk about midwife appointments and the whole process of going to a midwife and finding out whether you're pregnant or not. Something that we found really challenging as a couple was I literally peed on a stick and saw that I was pregnant, and I knew I was pregnant, but Sam didn't know I was pregnant. And it might be actually a really good idea to get him on talking about this, but he just couldn't believe it. Despite seeing a stick with a red line on, 2 red lines on, he just still didn't believe that there was a baby growing inside of me. So for ages, he was trying to bug me about getting private scan, which to me is like such a waste of money at this stage when you can't really see the baby. And 2, it's like a lot of money for a picture. But I did give in to it eventually, because we weren't set to get our first scan until 14 weeks. That was a bit of like a thing, but when you do go into it, it's a lovely experience. It was so amazing to actually see there was a baby, and I didn't expect that. We basically go to have your private scan. That's lovely. You get to see the baby, you get some pictures. It's all very exciting. And then you go into an NHS scan. So in the UK, go and have that. Also, similarly, interesting experience. You also have a midwife. Your first thing is a midwife appointment before you have the scan. And that's just such a long process, like an hour long. And they ask you loads of questions and do your blood pressure, carbon monoxide testing. But they test your lungs for certain gases, I think, to see if you're high risk. So, for example, if you're smoking, if you live in an area where there's maybe lots of pollution, different things like that. Oh my gosh, I've lost the microphone. What have I done with it? Here. I hope you could hear all of that. I got carried away. That's massive baby brain. So you do all of that. And then your second midwife appointment, bit more exciting, less time, not as long. And you get to hear baby's heartbeat, which is so beautiful. And annoyingly, I didn't get to hear it for very long. So the next time I get it, I'm going to ask to have a longer time listening to the heartbeat. And I'm also going to try and record it. And then tomorrow we have our 20-week scan, which is really exciting. I'm hoping to record the 20-week scan. So keep your eyes peeled. Hopefully they let us film it in the room when we get it done. But now I've done it once. I've done it twice actually. 2 scans. I'm pretty sure I know what's happening. But now the baby's so much bigger, you can see all its features, and we're hoping for a surprise. So hopefully we can't tell. and hopefully they don't accidentally tell us what the baby's gender is. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm up to when it comes to the first 5 months of pregnancy. I am feeling a lot more positive. My mindset's better. I'm mentally more prepared to have a baby and be a mum and take 6 months of maternity leave. I know that if you're in the US, it's a lot less. But in the UK, the majority of my friends and people who work within corporate and public sectors are allowed a year of maternity leave for women, and then paternity leave is very, very much mixed bag. A lot of people only get 2 weeks. Luckily, Sam gets like 10 weeks, so that's great. Shout out Arthur J. Gallagher's an American company that's giving him lots of paternity leave. So really grateful for that. You snoring monkey. I'm gonna miss this dog. We're looking after him and we have to give him back tomorrow or today. So making the most of it whilst he's here. So that's it. That's a wrap. I will keep you updated. If you have any questions, let me know. But that's pretty much my first 5 months of pregnancy, how I felt. And I'll give you another update later on. Let's see how this next 5 months go.